It's I'm PK Reid back for another video, another Movie Monday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This is my buddy Topkaj, and he is here joining me again. Now the movie. Oh, I put the movie away. The movie we watched for this Movie Monday was a film called Half Nelson, starring Ryan Gosling, Anthony Mackie, and Sharmeka Epps. I think this movie came out in 2004, 2007. I don't remember.
That's a very large gap.
It is a very. Thank you. I'm trying to narrow it down. It was somewhere around that time because I remember listening to the commentary and they mentioned how young Ryan Gosling was at the time. I think he was like 23 or 25 when he filmed that movie, and he's like 38 now or something like that. So it was a while ago, but it was a good movie. It was an indie film, and it got him I want to say his first Oscar nomination. I can't remember if he was nominated for The Believer as well, but I don't think so. But if I'm correct, then this was his first Oscar nomination. And it was one of those things that put him in the spotlight as a star. And got him some recognition for his acting chops. Because before then, people really didn't take him that serious. Since he was... I only knew him from Hercules. When he played young Hercules. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was a long, long time ago. I used to love Hercules, the TV show. Do you remember Hercules? No? Okay. So, young Hercules was one of the things he was known for. That and the Mickey Mouse Club. So, with the exception of The Believer, I can't think of another movie he was in that anyone took him really serious in or paid any attention to. But that certainly put him on the map, I assume because of the Oscar nomination and the fact that his acting was very good in it. Very good at it. I love his portrayal of an urban teacher or an urban school teacher who is addicted to drugs. And he is one day...
It's the nail on the head.
Yeah. And one day, one of his students, played by Sharmeka Epps, sorry, no relation to Mike Epps, I don't think, but she catches him while he's getting high, and a very rocky friendship kind of forms, because they parallel each other. Like, she's going the route of her brother, who's serving time for drugs, and he's doing drugs and getting worse. Like, he seems a roller coaster. One day he's doing well, or he's getting better. The next day, something makes him go off the deep end. There were a couple of things that triggered his drug abuse, like his ex-girlfriend coming back and being engaged and successfully completing a program he couldn't complete, or his cat dying, or the argument he has with his with Sharmeka. Her character's name is Drea, but the argument he has with Drea.
I feel like a trigger was when the teacher didn't think he was following the curriculum closely.
That was a trigger?
That's what I think.
When did that happen?
When she asked him if his class was, all caught up with the Civil War. Not the Civil War. The Civil Rights Movement.
Was this when she made him give her his gum?
Yeah.
And he gave her like a piece of it. He's
yeah.
like, probably could have been. So stress from work, stress at home. He doesn't seem to have any peace anywhere except when he got high. Because then he could just be free and dance with the ladies.
Which that is not real peace. That's artificial peace.
Yeah, good point. We're not. I'm not advocating drug use in any way, shape, or form. I don't know what it's like to be high. Well.
And we're moving on. And we're moving on.
The movie was a really good movie. It really was. I enjoyed it. It's kind of slow paced. This is my friend's first time. Like, every movie we see is his first time seeing it, but this was his first time viewing it, and he said it was very slow. It was kind of hard to get into. Is that correct?
I wouldn't say difficult to get into, but I would say that it wasn't difficult to follow, but I just feel like the plot took quite some time to develop.
Yeah.
But still interesting. I just wasn't really sure what was going on for the first 30 minutes or so.
Yeah. Yeah. But still a good drama film. It was. I can't remember. This is not Anthony Mackie's second film. No, his first film was 8 Mile. His second film was another independent drama. I kind of like him as an actor, and he doesn't have a chin. That's very distracting to me. But other than that, I liked him in this movie. He played a aggressive drug dealer very well, even though he doesn't seem like that type of guy at all. Like from the interviews and stuff that I see, he seems like a nice, happy person. And he's the Falcon in the Marvel series now, so good for him. He's moved up from dramatic, independent films, which there's nothing wrong with dramatic, independent films. Those are actually some of the better acted films when you can, get them.
So did he really move up?
Well, yeah, because now he's making the big bucks and he's notable. He's got his own doll and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah, it's really
that.
good. Yeah, like when you're in Marvel, you are set for a minute, assuming you know.
So he doesn't have his own doll. Falcon has his own doll.
Same thing. It's made in his likeness.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. I would want a doll. If I could get a doll, like my own little fat Barbie, and she looked like me, but she had an alias, I would totally own that. I'd be like, yes, that's me, bitches. Not like bitches, but, yeah, look at my Barbie, I take pride in that. Even though I don't play with Barbies. Because, there's a lot of other little kids who want to play with fat Barbie. Me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I like the film. I can't stress it enough. It's a very it has a very independent movie feel to it too. Like you could just something about the way the film was shot tells me like the people who wrote the film also directed it with like a handheld camera. And they were just following the actors. Like, it was kind of guerrilla sort of, but not really. It was like a glossy guerrilla style type film, and I can appreciate that. I really can. It took me out of the film sometimes with how some of their techniques, like those long pauses with the characters, like when they're focusing on the character and the character's just silent, taking in stuff, looking around. There's really nothing to look at. They're just silent. I guess they're contemplating things, like, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like when the girl is like looking, she's just sucking on a lollipop, looking around. And that was for a long fucking time. Or when the teacher, played by Ryan Gosling, dodged her ass and was like walking away, and she just stared after him with no expression, and then kept looking, waiting for her ride. I know there's significance to that, but that was like drawn out sort of to me. Maybe. Well, I'm just giving little examples. Like there's little drawn out close-ups and awkward close-ups too.
I think the film style was very organic and very true to the story it was trying to tell.
Well, yeah. I'm seeing it from a spoiled, I was just talking about Marvel movies. So, I'm completely just, meh. Well, they don't really shoot films like that anymore unless they're really trying for an Oscar. Like, that type of style, that type of shooting just says, give me an Oscar. That's just what it is. I mean, look at Cake by Jennifer Aniston. I thought it was, that was filmed in a similar, you don't know what that is. That was filmed in a similar style. This came years after, but it was still filmed in a similar style. Yeah.
So I feel like it was difficult to have a favorite part of the movie because the majority of the movie was morose. So
yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't really choose what my favorite part was.
I can.
I think what I liked the most about the movie is just that it stayed true to the life of the characters. I felt like I was living in that moment that everyone was experiencing. Coming from an urban school system, I don't think I ever had any teachers that did drugs, but I had teachers that looked like they did drugs. But I'm also not the type of student that would follow my teacher around or create a bond like that. But but it definitely felt real, and it definitely felt like um, things like that happen in real life. So I just wonder, could it have been based on a true story?
I thought, the guy who played his brother in that dinner scene with the family, he was whom he based his character off. Not necessarily that he did drugs, but that he was an inner city teacher who was really like his whole history and dialectics plan.
Sure.
Yeah, all of that came from him. So yeah, but
Oh.
he wasn't an actor. He was just that's who he based him off. But I don't know if it's based off a true story. But I'm pretty sure when you're a stressed, underpaid, underappreciated teacher,
I feel like
drugs seem like a pretty cool thing to do. Maybe not cool, but stressful.
I feel like the student and the teacher. I feel like the movie is relatable to both parties, or all three. The drug dealer, maybe. Yeah, it just kind of touches you a little bit.
It does. You can relate to somebody, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Even
Absolutely.
the mom who was just a drinking.
So what was your favorite part?
With the cat, where he came trying to be Captain Save a kid, and he was just like, "You gotta stay away from her," and he didn't know how to properly I don't know. I have to. Honest, he's supposed to be the good guy. He doesn't know how to be the good guy. So eventually, the drug dealer's like, come get something to drink. Wink, wink, drink, wink, wink. And he reluctantly, well, not even reluctantly, he kind of defeated. He just follows him, and he picks up the cat along the way after his cat just died. And he's like, "Put that cat down. Don't bring that cat in my house." And he kicks the.
So I thought your favorite part was the cat dying and not him picking up the other cat.
Why was the cat dying my favorite part?
I just wondered.
Why? What? I have a dog.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No. What are you trying to say?
It would be your favorite part because of some type of symbolism.
How? What symbolism? No. Dead animals do not bring me joy in any way, shape, or form, sir.
All right.
I'm just saying. How dare you? I thought you would say my favorite part is when he was dancing with the girls.
Oh no.
Or something like that. Not.
Yeah, that was a really cool scene. At the I guess it was a school dance.
Yeah.
And he was dancing with Dre.
Yeah, he forgot what he was.
Because she seemed like she was, by herself.
She was. And they were enjoying dancing together until it got uncomfortable. And, they didn't enjoy dancing after that. It's kind of awkward, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that and the ending were my favorite parts, too. And not the ending, where she offered her help to him and shit like that, but more when you see her entering and the music is swelling and all this crazy shit's happening in the hotel room, and you see her selling drugs to him. Oh, spoiler alert! In case you haven't seen it, but she goes into the hotel room, music's blasting, and that chick, you don't know this, but the one who played the prostitute who opened the door for her is like, "Where you going? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you." You know that chick? She was in another movie. She was in a movie called Pariah.
Is that important?
It might be important. Well, it might be able to be watched at one point because it's the story of a woman, a young teenager, who is a stud lesbian, but she's trying to hide it from her parents, who are against that. So she goes to strip clubs and shit, dressed in tomboy clothes, all studded out, has a girlfriend and shit. But when she goes home, she's all girly and trying to be hidden. And it's a good drama. It had Kim Waynes in it, one of the Wayne's sister.
Oh.
Of the Wayne's brother. She did good acting. You'll see her when you see her face. You know who she is. But I just thought that was a little interesting tidbit. And that part where she sold the drugs to him, and he's looking at her, and she's looking at him. I like that part, cause it signified something. I don't know. They both recognize. What they're doing. You know what I mean? They see. They can't hide anymore. They can't be in denial. She's following her brother's footsteps.
So they revealed each other.
There you go. That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's following her brother's footsteps.
I see what you're doing. You see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Let's do something about it.
Yeah. And it took her to be the adult to come to him mind you. She had to go to his hotel room and get him. She was on a bike too.
Yeah.
But yeah, she went and got him and offered some candy and was just like, "You ready to go? Are you ready to do this?" And he went. He got clean shaven because I guess clean shaven means clean and sober.
New beginning.
That's right. And then that was it. He gave a corny ass joke because that was a running theme. Corny jokes.
And he didn't even do it right.
He didn't, and that's what added the charm to it because he completely butchered it. And she still laughed. She still laughed because it was how funny it was that he tried. She probably did, but she was trying to humor him, and then him actually just blowing it made her laugh, and that was good.
I will say the film ended abruptly. You just want to know more about what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that about the film. I wanted to see where he went, but I guess that's just up to our imaginations.
Mm-hmm. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with films that end that way. The open ending, decide your own thing.
Yeah, tell me what it is.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, just let me. I don't want to think too hard about this. Just tell me what happened so I can move on with my life. Instead of me sitting here mulling over.
I'm not gonna mull over it.
I actually mulled over it the first time I watched it for like a good couple of days. I did, because I had like little stories, like, okay, so maybe she helped him in rehab, and they wrote letters, and, you know, he got himself together, and he ended up stealing his brother's girlfriend or something, because, you know, he was kind of digging on her a little bit, or maybe he hooked up with the teacher. I had a couple of stories.
I didn't think he was digging on her. What?
I mean, well, she looked like she was digging on him. She was all smiling in his face.
I think she was drunk. They were all drunk.
They did have a lot of wine. He was the only one not drinking, too, because he knew. That's another thing. That family scene said a lot about him and his family and why he likes to be alone. I think because he's used to being alone. Because you saw, his brother seems to take all the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his dad
seemed like a little bit of a jerk.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure his dad gave him a hard time all his life because he was probably the quiet loner kid and didn't get the attention that he wanted like his older brother did. And it was interesting. It was interesting. They said a lot. They did. They really did about him. We learned a lot about him. And I can appreciate that. Yeah, it doesn't make me want a sequel, but I did like the movie for what it was. It was nice.
It was totally not what I was expecting either.
Yeah.
Even by the small summary of the movie or summary of the plot.
Yeah.
I was not expecting what I watched.
That's right. I'm glad you didn't get what you were expecting. It makes it that much more enjoyable. What are you looking at, Cozy? Crazy dog. Sorry. Now you ready for the game, my friend?
Sure.
Okay. So now we're gonna play 6 Degrees of Separation again, and Kenny's gonna pick a random actor from the last movie we watched, which was Keanu, and he's gonna pick a random actor from the movie we watched today, Half Nelson. Kenny?
I don't know. You remember anything? Jeez.
Yeah, if you don't remember the character.
Well, how about I don't know. Well, how about Method Man?
Okay.
And you can link him to a movie with what's the guy's name?
Which one?
The black guy.
Anthony Mackie?
Anthony Mackie, sure.
Okay. So Method Man and Anthony Mackie.
Mm-hmm.
This shouldn't be too difficult.
We'll see about that.
Yes, we will. So, how can I do this? Give me 1 second. Method Man has been in a shit ton of movies. Like a shit
it should
ton.
be easy.
Well, I gotta narrow it down. Method Man and Anthony Mackie. Okay. just need to be sure.
Okay.
Scroll real quick. Real quick. Alright. Maybe I should do the other one. Well, I should remind you. Mind it, okay? Okay. Because I can't use TV, so I gotta use movies.
Nope.
Okay, so Method Man. Anthony Mackie. I can do this. He wasn't in Belly, right? No, that was DMX. So, Method Man was in Garden State. Method Man was in Garden State with Natalie Portman, who was in
Why
Thor.
do you say Natalie Portman every time?
This is my second time.
It's gonna be every time.
No, it's not. Don't invite me.
Go ahead.
Method. Hey, I can't help it. She's a common link. Okay.
Oh, well, okay.
Gosh. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted.
Which I didn't do it rudely.
Yeah, you did. Method Man was in Garden State with Natalie Portman, who was in the first and second Thor movies with Chris Hemsworth, who is in the Avengers with Chris Evans, who was in Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Yep. Captain America Civil War. Pick one with Anthony Mackie. Because he was the Falcon. I took too long to make that connection, but I completely just glossed over Garden State because he had a cameo as a bellhop. I want to say a bellhop, where they were watching porn and he was like, he's going to blow his fucking load. And the porn guy was like, I'm going to blow my fucking load. He was like, what'd I tell you?
And what was this?
Method Man. It was brief. I completely glossed over that, but I remember it sticking out to me because that was so weird that he was in that movie. But yeah, so Method Man was in Garden State with Natalie Portman, who was in Thor 1 and 2 with Chris Hemsworth, who was in The Avengers with Chris Evans, who was in Captain America, we'll say Civil War, because that was the most recent one, with Anthony Mackie. Yeah.
Okay. I've only seen one of those movies.
Let me guess. It was Captain America Civil War.
It was.
Oh,
and it was not my choice. I'll tell you that. But it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it was. I like the Black Panther.
Yeah,
Black
it was
Panther.
when his daddy died. Right?
Daddy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah. It
Ooh,
was
that
well
Panther. Ooh. Anyway. Good job, I guess.
Thank you.
I don't know if she's right.
Yeah, you're not going to check it because you
I'm not going to check it.
If you think I'm incorrect or you find us faster out, please feel free to tell me in the comment section below. I am open to any and all. Is that weird? Is that...
No.
Okay. Well, in that case,
We take everything. We take most things.
Thank you. Because we have boundaries. We have standards.
We do.
At least that's what we tell ourselves. Oh, thank you for watching. And I will see you next week. Bye.
See you later.
Bye. Say bye, Cozy. Stop looking at the comments.